Massive in scale, ambitious in intent, and unapologetically futuristic, the AI Impact Summit 2026 comes to a close. Hello and welcome to BW Businessworld. We are here at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, extensively covering AI Impact Summit 2026. After days of running from hall to hall, catching conversations in corridors, squeezing into panel discussions, and speaking to founders, policymakers, and young innovators chasing big dreams, it finally feels like we are wrapping up not just an event, but a moment. For us on the ground, this was not just about announcements and data points. It was about the energy in the rooms, the nervous excitement of first-time founders, and the quiet intensity of investors listening closely to startup founders. And of course, the pride of students who believe they are building the future of the nation. For the larger public watching this from their homes, this summit was not only about artificial intelligence, it was about aspiration, about jobs, opportunity, growth, the hope that technology can solve real everyday problems. Over these past few days, we have not just reported stories, we have collected them. Stories of ambition, stories of risk and belief. And those stories will stay with us long after the lights dim at Bharat Mandapam. The huge congregation in New Delhi is the fourth in a series of international AI meetings that have been taking place across France, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. The summit here in New Delhi brought together thousands of founders, policymakers, investors, international leaders, and technologists under one roof. Government pavilions stretched across the venue, global tech leaders shared the stage with young entrepreneurs, and the message was loud and clear. India wants to lead the AI century. We are not talking about the incremental progress. We are talking about a nation that sees itself in the race to become an AI superpower. While much of the Western world took over a decade to build regulatory depth, capital ecosystem, and AI research dominance, India appears to be attempting a sprint, compressing years of momentum into a few decisive seasons. But ambition and execution are never the same, because this is also the India in 2026, a country still grappling with food security, housing gaps, skilling challenges, and the unemployment pressure. The rhetoric here is bold, the projections are big, the announcements are 100% headline worthy. But how quickly can this vision translate into visible impact on the ground? Can a sprint truly replace a marathon? That remains the question time will only answer. Amid the policy declarations and power-packed panels, the most energetic presence on the floor came from the startup founders. I want to bring you their take on what did they gain from this AI summit. Let's hear directly from the people betting their futures on India's AI moment. What is that big takeaway that you're taking from AI Impact Summit, and zoom in on what value did it create for Aeronox and you?
Well, I have been in business for many years and never experienced a large scale like this. Aeronox, being a startup, got a visibility throughout. Aeronox also was able to let the government, defense, and so many other organizations, private and government, to let them know that how artificial intelligence is going to service their efficiencies, the bottlenecks which we face today, how we are going to counter all of that using private AI. So our story is very simple. Private AI is the way forward.
What is your big takeaway, and how this AI Impact Summit helped you and Vecros?
So especially for Vecros, it helped us in bringing a lot of orders. This new launch that we are doing, it's first of its kind, and we are able to show a demo at the same time clock orders. Like more than 20 orders we are able to get now. Not just from enterprise clients, even from government, military. So all kind of client profiles, they are visiting here, they're witnessing the demo, and they're just immediately like, we want to see this. Can you talk us in March first week, second week? Can you travel to Gujarat? Can you travel to Madhya Pradesh? So I think across all the world, even we had a client from Lakshadweep, and one client was from Maldives. So I feel like this event feels like a global event.
Could you zoom on what value it added to Chariot and you as a founder?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are interested in trying out our models, so they've been seeing our demo. and they're interested in, now that we're launching our API, so they're really interested in seeing seeing it integrated in their product. So it's really great to see so much developer interest in the speech models that we're launching.
Over the last 4 days at the AI Impact Summit, what began as a conversation about empowering startup founders has evolved into something far bigger. Inside the government pavilions, the tone was loud and clear. AI is no longer experimental, it is infrastructural. From public digital platforms and health diagnostics to agriculture, intelligence, and multilingual large language models, policymakers repeatedly spoke about sovereign AI stacks, compute access, and regulatory clarity. What's the message here? Nations don't just want to use AI, they want to shape it. In closed-door roundtables, startup founders pushed for faster sandboxes, shared data sets, and patient capital. Governments responded with commitments, procurement pathways, public-private partnerships, AI skilling missions, and guardrails around safety, bias, and ethical use of AI. What stood out was the shift in narrative. Each was about AI for public health systems, AI for climate adaptation, AI for inclusive finance, AI as a force multiplier for development. But the harder questions now begin. How does this momentum translate into measurable movement and action? Are we at the moment of anxiety, fear of job displacement, automation, and widening inequality? Or are we at the cusp of something more transformative? AI enabling inclusive welfare, productivity gains, and opportunity at population scale, especially in countries like India. The big question remains, will AI concentrate power or democratize it? If this summit was about enabling founders, the real test lies ahead. Can governments, industries, and civil society align fast enough to ensure AI works not just for markets, but for millions? Because the promise here is not just innovation, it is about impact. And whether that impact delivers employment shocks or shared prosperity may define the next decade. Signing off from the AI Impact Summit 2026, this is Resham Suhail from BW Businessworld.